Hai, boleh dengar tak?
Boleh.
Boleh.
Kita akan mula dalam lagi 1-2 minit kan. Tunggu yang lain hadir dulu. Terima kasih. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera. Pertama kali saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada para hadirin yang sudi hadir untuk program daripada grup kami. Untuk makluman semua, program ini adalah mengenai water pollution dan juga kepentingan air lah. Dan insyaAllah program ini akan dijalankan selama 1 jam, yang mana sesi pertama adalah progres pembentanan kami daripada bulan kami, manakala sesi yang kedua adalah sesi untuk menjawab soalan lah. InsyaAllah akan dijalankan selama 1 jam. Tapi sebelum itu, saya perkenalkan diri saya terlebih dahulu. Nama saya Muhammad Syahmi bin Muhammad Syaiful Azwan, nombor metrik DF210002. Seterusnya.
Assalamualaikum and hi, selamat malam. Saya Siti Nabila Kashfi today, nombor metrik AF 20003.
Hello guys, I'm Charles Hui, AF 20135. Welcome to our event. Hope you guys enjoy this evening.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat semua. Nama saya Izzah Tashim Masali, nombor AF 2000060.
Okey, ini dia. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Okey, baik, terima kasih. Jadi saya akan teruskan dengan pembentangan daripada kumpulan kami, iaitu mengenai dengan air. Seterusnya. As we know, water is a vital role in our daily life. Without any water, it will give us and other living such as animal and plants a bad consequences. So we have to keep water clean, and we have to protect our water. But before that, I will present to you about the importance of water to our daily life. The first one, water can regulate our body temperature. When we sweat or in hot environment, sweat will keep our body cool. However, the temperature will increase if we don't replenish the water we lose. That's the first importance of water. Second one is it will protect our tissue, spinal cord and joints, which water can lubricate joints, spinal cord and tissue, and that help us to be more physically active and reduce any discomfort. The third one is water can increase our energy level, which is water will help boost metabolic rate within 500 milliliters of water. That will increase 30% of metabolic rate. That's the importance of water for our daily life. Meanwhile, for other living such as animal and environment, water need to function properly because they have to regulate temperature, nutrient, and to grow and stay alive. So that's all from me. I will pass to my group member. Thank you.
Thank you, Syahmi. I'm Izzah Taisha. I will continue presentation about issue of water pollution. As we know, the water pollution caused by industrial waste, marine dumping or oil leaks, agriculture and others. There are few issues of water pollution. First, environment, destruction of biodiversity. Water polluted will harm the living things in the river or sea. So, for example, we saw many cases where the animal died because of plastic, uh, such as turtle, dolphin, whale, or animal. If these scenarios continue, this animal will extinct. Next, contamination of food chain. If the river or sea polluted, so it will affect to living thing in the water where we cannot eat that because it cause a health problem to us. Next, issue of health. The water pollution carries chemical, trash, bacteria, and virus. It may cause the disease of as poison to us because water can spread disease such as typhoid, cholera, and diarrhea. Therefore, we should take care of water because it is the main source of for our life, and it also to ensure we live in a good health. Lastly, issue of economy. The water pollution will give negative effect to commercial fishing, recreation business, and tourism. If our river or sea are polluted, so one of our source to gain income are decreased. Um, this is because we cannot do any activity related to water such as fishing, swimming, and other activities because it not safe to us. So the economy of our country also decrease. The water pollution can lead to cost treatment water increase. This is because the water polluted need more process to treat because we need to ensure the quality of water past the national water quality standard before we can discharge it to river. That's all for me. I will pass to next presenter, Nabila.
Thank you, Zatul. First of all, I'd like to give you an overview of how to reduce water pollution. Basically, I will give you a simple suggestion what we can do to reduce water pollution as individual action and as society action because we know water pollution can come from a variety of sources. I will focus on individual action first. First, please don't throw any kind of trash, especially in place where it doesn't belong. Even practice such as leaving items overflowing beside a dustbin qualify as littering. Litter can reduce air quality due to the smell and toxic chemical vapor emanating from the trash. A polluted environment can encourage the spread of disease. Also, plastic litter is another threat to the environment and its inhabitants. It has often been mistaken for a food by wildlife. When consumed by animals, in the long term, it affects the animal eating habits, eventually killing the animal. Second, please use recycle bin. Because it is a smart approach to reduce the trash you send to landfill. For UTHM students and who stay nearby UTHM, you can recycle your waste such as plastics, metals, and paper or food waste at UTHM Recycling Center beside Pusat Curriculum UTHM and behind Stadium Hockey UTHM. Lastly, I would recommend you to use phosphate-free detergent and dish cleaner because wastewater containing phosphate has negative impact of the environment, such as the harmful pollution of lake and stream because phosphate lead to algae blooms and kill fish and other aquatic animals by reducing the oxygen in the water. Next, I will focus on society action. First, as a responsible community who concerned with water pollution in your local area, please report and contact the Department of Environmental Resources. Many cases of illegal waste disposal and other forms of water pollution go unreported and often aren't cleaned up. report people who pour oil in the storm drains, to speck of trash in a stream, and so on, could stop the source of how pollution happened. Next, support environmental charities by going to be charity working on watershed protection, water pollution cleanup, and similar cause. Find an organization that active in your area and make a donation every year. Your support may even lead to expanded anti-pollution work, such as in UTHM, we have Planetus Club. It is a rebranding of the original club, Green and Campus Sustainability, with the aim of increasing campus awareness of environmental importance and preservation. And lastly, please try to avoid using plastic. Simple ways to cut down the amount of the plastic we all use, from bags and bottles to straw and packaging. Making just a few small changes can have a big impact on the amount of plastic we use on a day-to-day basis. I'd like to finish with the words of Anne Marie, Zero Waste Chef. We don't need a handful of people doing zero waste perfectly. We need millions of people doing it imperfectly. Up next to Ain.
Thank you, Nabila. So now I will talk about the civil engineering rule to reduce the water pollution. So as we know, civil engineers are constantly advancing the development of such systems that deliver clean water effectively and reliably. So currently, clean water solutions are implemented almost universally in most developed nations, granting more people than ever the opportunity to have access to abundant supplies. So these are the following highlights that are most instrumental methods of civil engineers use to provide people with access to clean water across the world. So the first one is desalination. Desalination is the process to treat the groundwater that has unhealthy concentration of salt and sediment. It can purify the large volumes of water using ion exchange and membrane system to process the salt water. There are three types of the desalination process, which the first one is the solid desalination, thermal distillation, electrical distillation, and also the reverse osmosis. And the second one is the wastewater treatment. Wastewater treatment is the process to remove the contaminant from wastewater and convert it into the effluent that can be returned to the water cycle. The goal is to treating the wastewater to eliminate the harmful bacteria, chemicals, and toxins found in sewage. There are also three types of the wastewater treatment, which the first one is the physical wastewater treatment, which relies on natural physical forces like gravity and electrical attraction to separate harmful substances from water. The second one is the chemical wastewater treatment, which requires the use of chemical solution to treat the wastewater. And the last one is the biological wastewater treatment, to utilize the bioreactor to allow bacteria, algae, and fungi to transform organic matter within wastewater into energy. And last but not least is the agricultural irrigation technology. This irrigation system is a successful large-scale farming that helps the farmers while helping that conserve the water while helping the farmers to improve yields and save time. It is implement a smart farm technology that prevent the communities from depleting their clean water resources, and also implement cutting-edge irrigation system and provide the correct amount of water uniformly to their fields. That's all from me. Thank you. I will pass to my group members.
So, hello everyone. I'll be continue to the responsibility parties in Malaysia, in the society of Malaysia, on the water quality. So, whose responsibility for the water quality actually? Let me ask you. Do you know that? Do you feel that you are the one who is responsible for the water quality of the earth? Are you assured that there's only government or only the citizen that should be responsible, but actually not. Government and citizen both should be held responsible on water quality of the earth, which means that any human being should be responsible for the water quality. We stay on the earth, we love the earth, we take care of the earth. Okay, next, I'll be showing you on the government's responsibility, which is specifically on Jabatan Alam Sekitar Malaysia, or we can say it or name it as the Department of Environment of Malaysia, so the DOE of Malaysia. So their main responsibility are two roles. The first roles are they are on the water quality monitoring and controlling role. So what they do is that they monitor and study on the condition of the water quality in Malaysia, which then they provide a solution to the impact area after they find out and they study on it. They providing the best solution so that we Malaysians have the best water quality in our country. So the second responsibility of Jabatan Alam Sekitar Malaysia is that they have responsibility on the legalization. The legalization is mainly follow as what its name is on the rules, and they implement acts, rules as well as guidelines on controlling water quality in Malaysia. So with these acts, rules as well as guidelines they provided, we citizens should be giving the full cooperation and then following the acts, the rules and the guidelines so that we can make the water quality in Malaysia better and better every year, every day. So that's what we can do. Okay, so next, not only that, as a citizens, we also have the other three responsibility, mainly targeting to the three major issues happening around in Malaysia. So the first issue is on the domestic and agriculture waste. This has been happening all around all year long for decades in Malaysia. So you can see on the news there's a lot of uncontrolled, improper managed domestic waste and as well as the agricultural waste. So Malaysians should be getting more knowledge and more educated on this domestic waste and agricultural waste management so that we would never pour household waste into the river anymore and reduce the pesticide as fertilizer used on agricultural activities, which then will give a big impact on helping the water quality in Malaysia to get better. So the second issue is on the oil spills. So we know that Malaysia are surrounded around with the seas, okay. Not only with the Malacca Straits, we have the South China Sea, as well as we have the Sarawak and Sabah. They have the Philippine Seas. So we Malaysia tend to have a lot of boats owners as well as fishermen. So oil tank checking should be strict and must for fishermen and boat owners. Okay, so we Malaysians do also have a lot of tradings on the ships, the cargo ships, all the what we call that, we ships our Shopees, the Taobao, everything we ships from all over the world. So these stuffs came along with boats. These boats should be have a good check on their oil tank so that there are no oil spills around our country nations, our sea or on our sea, so that our water would not be polluted by the oils. Oil tank checking should be implemented with more acts and rules by government. If they want to park, if they want to have the ownerships. So last but not least, as a citizen, we should be responsible on the rapid urban development. So what can I say is that we Malaysians are actually the developing country in the world. So we couldn't deny that we have rapid urban development all around the countries, from the north to the south to Sabah, Sarawak. Even though still in the KL, we have rapid urban development. So all this development without management and planning on the development, we would actually harm the environment health. So wastage management and planning should be done on development, prioritizing environment health before, right, very before the rapid urban development has started. So this is what we can do as a citizen. That's all from me. We will continue to the next session, which is the Q&A session. So let's see, is there anyone have any thing to ask about the event after listening from the introduction, the issue, the way to the solution for it, and then until the parties and roles in Malaysia that is responsible for the water quality. Do you have any questions you ask so that you can know more about water quality? Yeah, don't be shy, don't be shy. Let's get this along. Come on, guys. Yeah.
Can I ask the question?
Yeah, yes, it's me. Come.
Okay. What is the types of the complaints do DOE reviews?
Oh, okay. So further introduction to DOE. So like what I say, they are responsible for the water quality. But then there's actually more about them. You can make complaints other than water pollution, like open burning, illegal disposal of scheduled waste, or you can complain about the industrial source. Like you see all those industry, they didn't manage on their disposal, so they just simply um, dispose their waste into the river. That's the main. That's also one of the major issues happen in Malaysia. You can read it on the news. There's a lot of irresponsible industrial owners. They just want to earn money. They skip a lot of procedures on managing their disposal. So they just simply throw it into the river, dispose it into the river. Then somehow it affects the whole area. The whole area have to face on the shortage of water because the water quality is very terrible impact by the disposals of the industrial waste. So not only that, like air pollutions by the industry, you also can make a complaint to the DOEs as well. Yeah, all sorts of pollution of the environment you can make complaint actually. That's the conclusion. Did I answer your question?
Yes. Thank you.
All right, so yeah, is there any? Yeah, I heard somebody.
Yes, hello, my name is Tan. I have a question. What should I do if I want to make complaint to DOE Malaysia as I spotted area with water quality affected?
Okay, so we come back to another DOE question here. I see. So as in this modern era, right? We can have a lot of way to make complaints. Like you can go back to the most traditional way, which is you walk in to the DOE and then you fill in a complaint form, or you meet someone or the officers to help out. So other than that, we actually um, can simply just go to their website because they have a service called e-Aduan. So this e-Aduan here allows us to make pollution complaints at any time without boundaries and any distance easily and quickly. So any questions and complaints will be forwarded to the officers and the officials will respond within 3 working days actually. So it's quite efficient and an easy way. You just sit back to your monitor, then to your computer, they just type your complaints, then just send it. So I think I answer your question, right? Okay. All right, I think some technical issues over there, but yeah. Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question. um, how do we know that treated water can drink or not? Is it clear?
Bagi pendapat saya, untuk kita tahu sama ada air tu boleh diminum ataupun tidak, setiap negara dia ada standard drinking water sendiri. So biasanya pegawai yang handle bahagian air, dia akan melakukan satu ujian untuk menganalisis sama ada air itu boleh diminum ataupun tidak, mengerti standard yang ada lah. Itu pendapat saya. Terima kasih. Jawab ke tidak ya, Encik Syifa?
Jawab. Terima kasih Zatul. Wah, cantiknya.
你开会麦讲我回答问题哦。你开会你的麦讲我回答你问题哦。我回答你去讲一下你听到我回答你问题哦。你讲话。
Hello.
Then.
Can I ask a question?
Boleh.
Okay. In UTHM, do you need a recycle center or something like that? In UTHM.
Yes,
Thank you.
we do. Alright, thank you Yasmin for the question. Okay, so I will share our campus map lah. Okay. I will explain in Malay. So ni kita punya map dekat UTHM. So pusat untuk recycle center kita ada dekat dengan sustainable campus ni. Dan yang ni UTHM Recycle Center. Dia berdekatan dengan sebelah pusat curriculum UTHM. Lepas tu dekat dengan stadium hoki UTHM. So kalau korang kalau sempat, contoh kalau berapa gram, nanti dah macam kaca UTHM Recycle Center dia tak terima. Kalau dalam macam minyak masak yang dah guna tu diterima. So nanti kalau korang pergi recycle center, nanti dapatlah, mungkin dapat duit sikit lah based on berapa gram yang korang recycle. Tu je. So bolehlah siapa yang nak amalkan PR boleh datang ke UTHM Recycle Center. Thank you.
Sorry for interrupting. For the question just now, thank you, Chair, for answering.
Thank you. Okay.
Any question?
Yeah.
Or maybe we
Question?
can.
All right. If there's any questions left, but you are shy to ask, we have a feedback form and a refreshment form. So do do write down your question over there. We will reply to you as soon as possible as we look back through this feedback form. So don't be shy if you mind talking over here. So you can just write it down in the feedback form. So we'll reply back to you as soon as possible. So do me a favor, scan this QR code and get me done on the feedback form, guys. Thank you so much from our group here. Everyone of group here is very appreciate and thankful for you to join this event this evening, sparing your time, your perfect night time, which is very late right now, 9:30, to join this event. We are very happy to have you here. So let's take a final photo right now, and we will end this event here. Okay.
Dạ, dạ. Okay, ready eh? One, two, three. Okay, one more. One, two, three. All right. Thank you.
So for those unable to scan the QR code, there's a link in the inbox message there. Please do me a favor, click on it and just fill it up for me. Thank you. Thank you for our group as well. Okay. Thank you for joining, guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Good
you,
night.
thank
Bye.
you,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
joining.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.